Okay. Hey guys, oh gosh, the trapper is a little tricky. Hopefully that's fine. Anyway, hey guys, today we're gonna cover Liael Draconis. I did cover like Animus the other day, although it's been a while. But like I don't like the build particularly. Like it's a cool build. It's definitely gimmicky, and I did get away with it in many games. So although I didn't really win anything, that shit performed like kind of crap. But mainly because honestly the consistency is kind of off for the keto version anyway. So I built Draconis. So pure Draconis, this time no funny gimmicks, nothing. So hopefully this will be less. This so far has performed better in general, and after some new cards that came in, which I won't spoil it, is definitely quite unique. Although knowing me, I'll probably put in a thumbnail and you guys would, and I'll just explain it more than anything. Anyway, so moving aside, we'll start with our right deck as usual. We use our right deck crest, of course. Then we start with our grade 0. Grade 0 of choice is our default grade 0. Prayer or Orphan, Belnista. For grade 1, we are sticking to the Liael right line. So we're using Prayer of Lovely Harp Orpheus, which is when it's rolled upon by the grade 2 beautiful card Elgentia, which is this one. You Soul Blast 1, you draw 2 cards, and then discard 1 normal unit. And then if you did not discard a normal unit, choose 2 cards from your hand and discard them. So, I mean, it's kind of like more, it's a cycle card. Ideally, you just discard a normal unit, which is kind of iffy for this deck. Although, due to how I build it, it's less iffy than like other builds, so keep that in mind. And then Belnista skill. Elgentia, not Belnista. This is Elgentia. When it's rolled upon by a grade 3 Liael, its comp name, which is any Liael, so that's why you can have this in the right deck. Choose any number of normal units. So it's pretty cool because you can recycle a lot of shit. Sometimes you want to recycle more normal units so you can filter them out faster. Ironically. Choose any number of normal units, put them to the bottom from the drop and put them to the bottom deck. If you choose 3 or more, you draw a card. You don't shuffle. Keep that in mind. Don't shuffle because sometimes you will tend to forget that. I've definitely forget most of the time. Anyway, moving on from the right deck from our grade 3s in the main deck, we running our Persona rides because we need numbers. Man, it's so nice. I mean, I bought most of my shit from the deck set, and although I've kicked out a lot of the shit from the deck set. And so anyway, moving on. We're running Persona Rights max copies, obviously. Then we are moving on to where I made it into 3 Gabuelas. Which, oh yeah, before that, forgot. I'm tripping. You see guys, I'm tripping. I got a bit of a rough day at work today anyway. Draconis skill is basically act ability. Energy blast 4, bind a normal unit from your rearguard or drop. Choose a card from your hand, discard it, and then until the end of the turn, Draconis gains +1 drive. Simple enough, it's a triple drive, so it's actually pretty good. You do into your deck a bit more. When this unit attack, you do your standard Liael shits. You counterblast 1, choose one of your rearguards, bind it, which isn't a cost by the way. Which is actually really fine when you think about it. So if you have no rearguards, you can technically attack counterblast 1, and I think I don't know, it might be really funny, but the point is it's not a cost. You just counterblast 1, bind 1, choose one of your rearguards, bind it, search your deck up to 1 card with the same name as a card in your bind zone, call it to the rearguard and shuffle it. It says in your bind zone, as in you do not, if you bind the trigger on the rearguard, if you have like Gabuelas in the bind, you can call Gabuelas. You don't need to call the trigger, which is kind of a niche thing, but I'm thinking of trying to build hostage, so if I succeed, you'll see it. If not, this is the list I'm playing. Anyway, max Persona, obviously. Then we're running 3 Gabuelas. Honestly, mainly because like it's just like you're playing a fatal one. Anyway, fatal. I forgot to say the name. I'm an idiot. Sorry, I'm getting rusty as you guys see. This is a fatal one of Sacred Time Liael Draconis. So, anyway. Then we run Blast Dragon Gabuelas. Its skill is when this unit is placed, Soul Blast 1. Look at the top card of the deck. You may put it at the top or bottom. You put it at bottom plus 5,000 power, which is pretty good. Actually, the Soul Blast is not an issue in this deck anymore because of a lot of funny things that it does. But yeah, nonetheless. Then the second skill where the power move is, when this unit attacks, if your damage zone has 4 more, so if you're in limit break 4, it gains 5,000 power. Then when this unit is placed by a fated 1 card, which this is a fated 1, you can use card name and you perform no if your rear guards perform no drive check this turn, you counterblast 1 for until the end of the battle. It gains plus 10,000 power instead of 5, and it loses 1 drive, and then it may perform drive check. So it's a rear guard drive checker. It's pretty cool. It is shieldless, but I mean, I run 3 for consistency. Like, you can technically get away with 2 now, but like, if one gets the damage, you're calling nothing. So I don't know. I'm running 3 just because I like the option of being able to call it out. So that's why. So if 1 goes to damage, you got 2. You just need 1 in bind and 1 to call out. So you're kind of fine. So anyway, moving on. We're running 3. This one you cannot run away from. Fatal 1 of Time, Liael Amorta, which is, you're not going to use the Vanguard skill, but just basically this is the predecessor of the previous form, which is Fatal 1 of Time, Amorta. Basically the on attack skill, on a Vanguard circle skill is when this unit attack counterblast 1, bind the card, choose a card, then you call a card that you bound from the deck. It's pretty shit. Oh, I forgot to mention the DevineZ skill. Oh, I forgot. Oops, sorry guys. You see, I'm getting rusty. Anyway, the DevineZ skill is at the end of battle, this unit attacks, you write a copy of Liael card name, which includes this, which is why the Animus build did work. But Liael from your soul or drop, and you write it as stand, and the drive becomes 1. So it, that's actually worth bringing up, because the previous iteration had a unique different skill, which actually works out with Animus, which actually kind of shows that Animus might have been the intended form, and then they kind of changed it with card design. Because it says, the DevineZ skill on this one, Amorta states, at the end of battle, this unit attack, you and your opponent's grade 2 or greater, I mean both requires your opponent grade 3, you write this as stand, and if you roll it, it gets -1 drive. It's a very minute detail, but basically one sets it to 1 and the other one loses 1. It's weird. And then instead of saying Liael, it just says same card name as itself, which actually is the same reason why Animus can divine in onto Animus and not Liael Amorta, which actually is pretty cool. Anyway, we're running this mainly for the Guardian Circle skill. Auto, when this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, you will discard a card from your hand, choose 2 cards from your bind zone, return them to the bottom of the deck in any order you choose, and then choose a Fated 1 Vanguard, which it is a Fated 1, and itself is obviously a Fated 1. And then it cannot be hit until the end of battle. Basically, it's a PG. We're running 3 because it's searchable. I kind of want to run 4, but we're kind of tight on space, so we're going to stick with 3 for now. I've been very successful with 3. I'll stick with 3. Anyway, we're on time limit in this build version. We're running 3 Nebula Knights and 1 Fire Regalis. This one's gonna be really funny. The Nebula Knight order, the effect that matters basically is this can be played from the drop, and when you play it, you bind the card, choose the top 7 card, look at the top 7, choose up to 1 card that's same grade or below your unit card, and you may call it to the rear guard circle and then shuffle the deck. Funny thing about Fire Regalis, it's a very quirky thing. It's kind of like Nebula Knight. In the relevant ability is you cannot play this card, hence discontinuous. So basically it's used as a skill, it's like a pocket skill. You can use it in the drop zone, which is very cool. You remove this card instead, look at the top 5 cards of the deck, choose up to 1 card among them, reveal it. You then reveal, you shuffle, and then you draw. But if you do a reveal and it's grade less than equal to your Vanguard, you can call it to the rear guard circle. And it says card, it doesn't say unit card, it just says card. So if you're on grade 3, you use this, you see a Nebula Knight, you can call the Nebula Knight, it goes to the drop zone, play the Nebula Knight, and then you basically filter ×2. Deck thinning, so they can check more triggers. Every deck can deck thin better than a base rogue. I genuinely don't know why. We're running 3 of these PRs, mainly because I don't have a 4th one, and I'm comfortable with 3 anyway, so it's not a complete. It's called the Magic of Silver Key, Kili. I can't read. Anyway, it's a PR that actually makes this deck so much more comfortable. It is Cellgown Tribal Form, and it's also a beat stick. Continuous, if your bind zone has the same card name as this unit, against plus 10,000 power. Oh wait, it didn't say during. Oh, it says during your turn. Sorry, my bad. Sorry for. Anyway, at the end of the battle, this unit attacked you, and you do not have the rear guard with the same name as this unit, so you can't just have 2 and cycle, which is a bit unfortunate. You get one of the following. Reveal a grade 3 Draconis from your right deck, and then you draw. Basically, you retire this unit, then you reveal Draconis, and then you draw. The second effect is if your Vanguard is already Draconis, which it will be obviously in this version, you put it to soul instead, and then you draw a card. So if you're for grade 2, you turn 2 you'll retire to draw, and then turn 3 onwards it just generates soul. You will usually call this not very often, but it helps in the early game, which is all that matters, because you don't have you need rush, or else you kind of don't have shit. So there's that. Anyway, then we come to the shit that broke the camel's back. Not really, but kind of killed me. We run 3. Oof. Sorry. Something's up with this with my list over here. Anyway, we run 3. Udru and Liael, which is weird. Sky Engraving Decree. I don't know where these units come from. I don't know how this is relevant, but hey. Anyway, the 2 skills is when this unit is put into bind zone or gauge, which in this case is bind. Look at top 5 cards, choose a grade 3 card without Regalis piece, put it to your hand, and shuffle the deck. Grade 3 cards include everything here from your Persona, right? Your Gabuelas, your PG, which is your Amota, and your Order Search, your Nebula Knight's Order, which is also a grade 3 card. So pretty damn good. It's a 3-up because you just kind of want to see it, but not really. And then when this unit's placed from hand, you reveal a card with Liael, or your Vanguard's Liael, you counter plus 1, you draw a card. Simple enough. Anyway, the relevant skill is on Rearguard Circle. When this unit attacks, if you have a grade 3 or greater Liael in its card name, this gains plus 5,000 power until end of turn. If your opponent's grade 3 or greater, it gains 10,000 instead. And if it does gain 10,000, you will pick a normal unit that isn't Sentinel from your drop, and you may return it to the bottom of the deck or put it into Soul. Kinda insane. In this version of the deck, you have plenty of Soul, because you don't even use much. If you're running Dissection, which I don't have, and I'm probably gonna buy it when it reprints, whenever that happens, you might want to do Soul more. I'm not sure. That thing costs. Anyway. So yeah, we're running 3 off of that. Shoop. And then we're running 4 Liaels, which I don't know what's up with my deck list. Its ratio's different. What changed? I don't know. Oh, I found it. My deck list I'm referencing right now, it's different. Now I know why. Anyway, we're running 4 Liaels. First effect, when this unit is placed, if your Vanguard is Liael, greater Liael, so blast 1, look at top 7 cards in the deck, choose up to 1 Liael or Blast Dragon Gabuelas among them, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. And again, let's reference. This is Liael, this is Gabuelas, this is Liael. Basically, find PG, your beat stick, or Persona ride. Pretty simple. That's why we run 4 of, because you. Anyway, the continuous effect is during your turn, if you have a grade 3 or greater Liael in its card name, and this unit is plus 5k power. So it's a 15k beat stick on turn 3. But if you did have a Gabuelas in the bind zone, it gains 10,000 instead. So it's a minute difference. Keep in mind, it doesn't check for its own name, it checks for Gabuelas specifically, which is so weird when everything else checks for its own name, but you know, whatever. Next we run 2 of let's do it in this order. We're running 2 off of this Dragon, which is basically any deck with a divine skill is a generic support for those. When a unit is placed by your Vanguard's ability this turn, your Vanguard with divine skill this turn, this unit gains the effect basically. Basically it gains the effect of at the end of battle this unit boosted, retire this unit, counter charge 1, and it also gains additional 5,000 power. So this can be a 13k beat state if you want, but it's mainly for the counter charge, which you rarely use, but when you have it, it's so nice because it eats so much counter blast. Anyway, that's why it's run as 2 of. We're running 4 cell gowns because we want to dig into the deck. Basically, if you have more rear guards than your opponent, or you're playing an order this time, which you're most likely on turn 3 unless you're playing an order, and if you're turn 2, if your opponent doesn't rush you, you can rush them with this. It gains 5,000 power until end of battle. And at the end of the battle, you retire this unit, look at top 2 cards of the deck, choose up to 1 card, add it to your hand, the other one put a bomb, and then that's pretty much it. It just retires itself to net you a card, which is pretty good. It's a pretty good beat stick. I got this from the IG deck set. If you guys haven't seen the video, go watch it. As you can see, DevineZ SS14. This is from the IG deck set. I had a foil one. I sold it because I needed money more than anything, so I downread my shit. And it looks nicer when all of them are in the same rarity anyway. So very good. Next, for the surprise or not surprise, depending on how I make the thumbnail, we'll see. A bit of a spoiler for those that haven't seen my IG deck set. These are foil card versions of Maiden Lean. Let's see. Let me see here. Do they have a difference? Nope. Anyway, so they're Maiden Lean, the TDR versions. They're very nice. It's so nice to not have base rare. Basically, when this card is discarded during your right phase, but on one of the following, you can call it as rest, which you often do. If not, you can +1 call it as stand. This is mainly for the grade 2 right line, where the issue is sometimes you have Nebula Knight's order, and then you need to discard a normal unit. You want to discard the Nebula Knights, you got problems. This solves that because you discard this, it calls itself as rest. Then you activate the other ability. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card from your hand. So you draw a card, then you discard Nebula Knights. Simple as that. Or sometimes you just draw and then it's the Nebula Knight, you just ditch it. Who knows? Lets you dig into a deck and filter out cycle stuff. You run it as 3 off because you kind of don't want to see this afterwards, so you just want to see it on turn 2, so you're kind of fine. Next, this is the weird part about Liael. Unlike other decks, we're running 1 Elementaria Sanctitude. I wish I showed you the Erica ones, but I decided to show you the flex on the foil one instead. And then I'm running the Kita PG, which I don't have the name of right now. I don't know why. Anyway, it's so shiny. I have 4 of them also. So anyway, that is that. We're running the Almatinoa because if you do have a Garboilus or any other rearguard, you can abuse this because you attack one, you attack the Vanguard, and if it's during a divine skill turn and you check this, you get 1, 2, divine, 3, 4. You get 4 units that drive check. And if you have a Garboilus, you can drive twin drive, which is more abusable than you think. And this is the TDR version from the IG deck set, so it doesn't have the stupid blanket. It's actually much nicer. You can actually see the full art of this gorgeous OT that I love so much. 3 effect fronts. Not upgrading these. I can't be bothered unless it's in another deck set. We're running 4 and 4 of vanilla Keto OTs, and yes, I'm flexing because they both are full foil. I did not pay. It cost me less money. And then we're running 4 of the Keter heals because I got them. So now all my Keter decks are sharing the triggers. A little spoiler for when I covered the IG Icon stuff. And yes, these are all IG Icon decks, as you can see. So anyway, that is my deck profile for Liael Draconis. It is a very fun deck, I will say. It's also actually quite consistent, very toolboxy, and it's just very nice. I would like to put in the church order. I'm picking it up sometime, and we'll see if I can make that ratio work. If it doesn't, oh well. If it does work, it'll be really funny because infinite PGs, woohoo. Anyway, nonetheless, this is other than the flex. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, obviously, as always. And then see if you stay for the after show. Maybe, I don't know. Other than that, see ya. Bye.